Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I'm back from the dead to bring you another report. So, quite the event that took place in Colorado. Remember, I was telling you about that storm and how I was reverting back to Colorado. And thankfully, well, there's a tornado right there. Now, the town of Noble got hit. And note the names. Noble, some of the other towns that got hit today. Just note their names and stuff. They're all signs. These are signs of the times and the time of the signs. And you can see we've got quite the weather going on. Now let's open up our solar report and get this going here. Okay, let me get the loop playing for you guys. Oops, that's in reverse. Always forward and reverse. Okay, let me get you the tint. Back it up a little bit. There we go. And we'll let your trained eyes just look at what happened there. Okay, maybe I'll slow it down. There we go. Even though it's a little jumpy, it slows each image down a little bit so you can take a peek at them without me clicking. But we're still going to go through them frame by frame anyway. But I want to slow it down so you can see the process a little smoother. Well, not smoother, but a little slower at least. Okay? And I'm going to try to keep the volume down. I got people over. I have company over sleeping in the room, so... But the show must go on. And so, quite the event going on. This one, the one up above up here, that right there. Okay, so we'll freeze frame it here, opening frame, and start marching through this. Okay, 324. Let me back it up. Oops. So, already we're opening frame is 2:48, so we're missing 2 hours and 48 minutes of data. But that's okay because we caught plenty of stuff. We don't need any more data. So this event unfolds right here. Okay, and let me find a good frame here. Orale Vato. Vato Loco, what you gonna bring to us tonight? Alright, that's probably a good shot right there. Well, just real quick, just so you can see this there. Okay, this object right here. Whoops, let me scroll down just a tad bit. There you go. Here's our round object. You can make out its magnetic field around it. Okay, and then we'll just kind of march through this one while we're zoomed in. Here comes another object right here. There's a good shot of it right there. Kinda. You can at least see the bow shock on the tail end of it, okay? The teardrop effect. It appears there's something right in here, too. So this is a bigger object with a moon, and this moon has its teardrop effect. Okay? They're very faint, but they're there. Okay? We still have this spider over here is still some kind of slow motion event over here. I don't know if there's something parked there now because it's been there for quite a while and hasn't like developed and moved out. So okay, here comes our northern event now. Alright, so let me zoom back out. Okay, let's get this just maximum frameage and where I can use the tool. Okay. So, back up a frame, couple frames. Alright, now you can see our event is about to unfold from behind the occulter. You can see our instrumentation reacting to it, right? The instrument's reacting to it. As it comes out, it's all enveloped in plasma, okay? But the black core is definitely very visible, okay? And There's a good shot right there. Now we're going to do both sides, the red and the white. Now see on the red side, you know how the red side is really hard to see? Not this time, okay? Not this time. Okay, both are matching images. Now as we push the tint back a little bit for the black and white side, okay, we'll kind of go 50-50 in the middle here, in between the red and the black and white. We won't get quite the best of either one, but we'll have even distribution between the two. There it goes, okay? Nice, clearly defined object, clearly defined magnetic field or other object back behind it. This ghost image right here is a valuable piece right here. Even though it's not the original image, the object is more up out of frame right now, but the ghost image is priceless. Okay, actually you can see right here where the object really is. It's just above this image, and that's why this is like the ghost image, or whatever I call it ghost image. It's like a negative of the previous frame. Sometimes the camera skips or does something, or however this works, but you can clearly see this little moon right here in front of the bigger object. You can see plasma at the top of it streaking off the bigger object in the background. Now what I'm going to do is a precious frame, so we got to treat it gently. All right, one more. There we go. Let me get up in the dark zone of the frame. Alright, even though it's kind of at the top of the screen, you can see it more clearly. You can see this plasma reaching up and draping around the spheroid-shaped object. Then you can see plasma up here streaming backwards off of it. Alright, streaming backwards here, lifting up, still draping the underside. You see the three-dimensional teardrop effect that these objects have after they've passed the sun, okay? It's just been a hellacious day for me, so let's just move forward. That's all I can do is move forward. So, blatantly obvious what's going on here, okay? That should have been the thumbnail right there. I didn't see this image until just now, so. But you guys are here as we make discoveries together, okay? You guys are part of the team making discoveries together with me as we go, okay? Look at that. Oh, that's quite the shot. And we have another blast coming out down here, too. You see the instrumentation? This one is just crazy. Okay? For the trained eye who understands, these are black stellar cores. They're super dark because they absorb light. They don't reflect light. They're super depleted, so they latch onto anything that's got energy and try to strip it and reignite, or at least get out of this dark matter phase back to a phase where it'll burn again, I guess. So, and then I'm noticing something else even darker here is another dark object right here, something trailing right up here as well. What appears to be another one. So this is a bigger object with multiple moons around it, okay? That's why it has that strong magnetic field. There's this one right here that's out in front. This might be this is a ghost image, so this is a secondary object, I believe. Another one right up here, okay? Out one. Down here's another one. Over here's another one. Up here's more. Up here's more. Over here. These are very, very faint. They're almost in the, oh, here's a good size one right here. Oh, wrong direction maybe. No. Right there maybe. Let's try to zoom in a little more. One more. Oh, I lost. Anyway, let's keep it right up there and scroll. Okay. See if I can find it again. Oh well. We don't need to find that one. This one right here is plain as day. There are multiple objects around it, and it almost has this wing effect. You see these plasma wings draping back this way? Almost kind of looking like Nibiru with the plasma wings or whatever. So, let's zoom back out now that we've had our fill of that. Okay, and see it. Whoa, let me keep it in tint. So, watch it as we back out of it. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, there it is. And here it is also on the red side. Okay, this side shows a lot of the other objects. Over here, we don't get to see them as well, probably because they're absorbing light and not reflecting it. That's why it leaves a dark patch, because there's missing light. Okay, there is plasma that it's stripped off the sun that's glowing on the surface, or glowing. You see the surface right here? That's this little patch right here. Okay, so, oh, now we can proceed forward. Okay, so there goes our object headed at us, going over the northern hemisphere. Okay. Now, this event right here, you can tell by the bulge in the indentation in the, oh, sorry, in the instrumentation here. What appears to be some up in here too. Okay, so we're just going to keep marching forward, because that's all we can do. Just keep praying and marching forward. Then you can see we have this up here. Okay, and UFOs streaking in. Okay. Right about there's good. Hopefully you guys are seeing all this, and the tint and everything is working fine, and we're having success here for my audience, because I work hard to bring this to you while in excruciating pain. Okay, here's another object right here. You can see the instrumentation is delayed a little bit. There's probably a secondary object in this dent right here. Oh, somebody knows to say 7x7. Thank you, bless you, Leslie. Or, yeah, that's what it looked like, Leslie. Yes, I like to hear 7x7 instead of 5x5. And you know why. It's more fun that way, isn't it? Oh. Did I just see this right up here? Look at this. There's something going on right here. Yeah, it's very faint, but there's the shape is there, the flow is there. That's what gives these things away sometimes, if they're not blatantly obvious, is the flow. And now here you got the perfect shape in this one, and you can make out this one up here. What? Is this another one right in here? And something right there. So, and more. I know it's hard to wrap your mind around what you're seeing. That's why it's important that we pray. Okay? Bunch of UFOs right here. As another blast comes out. Okay. Now this one, you see the instrument reacting, okay? We'll get a good shot of it here. You can obviously see the center right here, okay? And the magnetic field bubble kind of around it. Let's get some good tint on that. Ooh, you see how it kind of slid over it right there? So our object comes out, and what looks like another, no, that's just the skipping frames. Never mind. But something else. This is going on up here. Some kind of alien face on this object right there. Quite disturbing. I don't want you guys to see that face, so we'll proceed forward. Another here. This still dragging on what appears to be something here, and now down here. This event's really dark. another face on this object you probably shouldn't see. And that was the final frame. Okay. First, this. Just kind of look around over here. Bunch of little scattering right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, down here. All right, I'm gonna try to get this face for you guys. Oh wait, it's still there. Kind of. There's the two eyes and what appears to be a sad mouth right here with flaming horns coming off of it, but it's pretty hard to see. But it appears to be a bigger object with little moons positioned just where they are to make this face. You guys might see other faces. There's something like a lion or a bull right here. Boy, now it's time to start getting into these. Where to go? All right, there it is. I see it. Bring this over. Ah! Sorry. I didn't mean to scream in your ears. There's an eye, the nose comes down, there's the nostrils, there's an ear or a horn, another ear or a horn, there's a bowl or a horned bull. Yeah, right there. Let's go tighter. I think we can get him tighter on this. Where'd it go? Okay, there I see it. There it is. Ooh. Okay, I think we got it. Right here, an eye, the ear or horn, another horn, the nostrils, the mouth, almost like a dragon, I guess, and half bull, half dragon. Can you guys see that? Somebody said they saw it. Okay, good. It's capturing on the camera. Let me just try a little darker, right there, maybe. Okay, let's start pointing it out again. The eye, the nostrils, boom, boom. Here's the mouth slit, the bottom of the chin. This triangular shaped head right here with a horn and a horn. Okay, that's maximum zoomage. Right there. Yeah. Okay, one white eye, one black eye. Black eye, white eye, the nostrils, the mouth slit, the bottom of the chin right here, coming up the side of the face. These are ears and then horns back behind it. Oh boy. That's an entity right there. Okay, you guys see it, right? I'm not trying to pareidolia or mislead you or guide you guys or power of suggestion. It's none of that shit. It's none of that pareidolia crap. This is a real spiritual image captured by NASA's satellite in this event. Okay? It's time you understand this shit and take it seriously. The spiritual realm is real. Okay? And here, just look at that face for a minute. I have to step away. I'm getting sick to my stomach for a second. I'm going to leave that up for a second for you guys to look around. There's other faces. There's like, I don't know what the hell. A screaming mad face over here with flaming head or something. I don't know. It's different dimensions and different tints. Oh! There we go. Half and half. You can see the nose, but then up above you can see the horns. Oh, I see another face. A lion face in this dimension, right? Oh, let's see if we can capture. So it's inside the bigger face. So let me see. It's right there. Okay, there's a face inside of another face. Here's an eye. Here's another eye. Here's the ear and another ear and the nose with a nostril. This face right here. Can you guys see that one? It's a face within the bigger face. Okay, let me. That's a tad bit. Oh my god. Alright, this is so hard, you guys. Alright, there's an eye here, and it's a bear. It looks like a bear right here. With this is a bear ear and a bear ear. There's the eyes. Here's the nose and nostrils. Okay. Um. Oh man, how do we get this one? There's all kinds of. Oh, look at this face over here. Wait, where'd it go? Yeah, yeah. Can you see that one? Oh, my stomach. Oh, right there. I'm gonna leave it right there for you guys. We'll be right back. Didn't realize. Oh, please, okay. We gotta move forward. I gotta move forward. I can't keep looking at this image. We gotta keep moving forward. Alright, you guys, I'm running out of time. We're pulling back. You had a chance to look at it. And that was the closing frame. Okay. Let's move on over to our other instrument here. Hopefully you guys, you saw the frame, what frame it was. You can go over to the instrument, open up seeds yourself, and go to that frame. It was the closing frame. Okay? You can go look at it yourself. I can't look at it too much longer, so. And we have to keep going forward. All right, there's a gem at the end of this too. So we have to get there. There we go. So it dropped to the seafloor after today's events. Okay, boom. We just had some kind of another little event. Maybe we'll go back and sneak peek at that if I can stomach it. Our absorption has died down at least, thankfully. Please, I clicked on it. Why can't I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you, Lord. Oh. So right now, the red up at the top and the bottom gone now. Okay. You're welcome. Proton 70%, X flare 20%. I heard there was an X flare today, but I don't see anything going into X range. So no X flare today. We had M2 2.1. Yep, that's what they're coming in at now. Not X class anymore. They barely register as an M because the sun's so weak, And after this last barrage, it dropped right back down to the seafloor until a couple more objects. We might as well go backwards right now and go look up. No, the wrong backwards. This one. Let's go take a peek at tomorrow, today, now. Sorry, no images available. Oh yeah, we'll watch this. Sure there is. There's 5 frames right there. What are you talking about? Apparently it's only the black side. There's 9 frames. Next. So, frame number 1. Let's get this in position. Sorry. Okay, there's no red side, so we're just going to have to deal with black and white, which is good enough. You can see right here, this is our new event. There's an object right here, okay? Another one right here, too. There's 2 of them. You can see them. Boom, boom. Something up here, too. Oh, push this back. Go backwards. Okay, can you see this one up here as well? Okay. And that's already happening right now. Okay, boom, boom. And this too, something else in there. Oh, you can see this one down here. And now another event over here. Look at this one. Hang on, let's zoom in on this. Hopefully you guys can see the curvature on the back side of this, and you can see the teardrop effect as we have another event coming out over here. Okay, and that was our 8 frames. So let me put this little loop. Let's slow it. Back it up. Oh, we gotta slide it down. That's okay. Alright, there we go. And that's right now. That's currently. And then we have another event blossoming over here at the very end. Okay. So that is this event right here. These 2 little spikes that brought us out off the seafloor for a second. Protons are still 70%. Chance of an X flare is still at 20%. I think it's probably kind of lower because I don't think we're going to be seeing X. Even when the big one goes by, the sun is just too weak to pump out an X flare anymore. You can see all our data here. This is speed, density, where's our temperatures down here, okay? And you see this event right here at the very end, okay? Let's slide it over and get to the tracker, shall we? There it is. There's our auroras for right now. We better click on this. Better back out a little bit. Okay. So, the southern one's being tugged this direction. Actually, kind of that direction now. So it seems to be following the nighttime. Same with this one, seems to be following the nighttime. This one's pulled way down. See, here's the compass, and the back side of the aurora band is right there. Okay, so now the northern hemisphere is oblong. This one is oblong too. Here's the center of the compass right here where my pointer is. See how offset the southern is? See how offset the northern is? Okay, something's wrong. We know it's wrong. We know what's going on. There's that blast. Okay, you can see in their little image right there. You can see the object. Okay. Let's just blow this up. This is NOAA, and apparently the bottom one's cut off. Okay, so we only have this little impact one to view right now. They don't want you to see the lower one. I don't know why. Let's refresh. Refresh again. Yeah, Yeah, they're blocking out the lower one, but that's okay because we're just going to go right down to here, our normal tracker, and we'll zoom in on this. Forgive me, I got people sleeping right behind me, so I got to be kind of quiet tonight. And I need to get to bed, but it might just be an all-nighter now, so I have to get up at a couple hours anyway, so. Apparently, you can see the direction of the CME is going just off to the side. Thankfully, it's not coming this direction, but we still have earthbound stuff on its way because this doesn't show every single one that's all stacked up right. It just shows us the daily one, okay? I think we're like into 2,000 hours or something now. I lost track back at the first, after 700. It was just, obviously it's just going to keep going, so I don't even keep track of the time anymore. But it's been a couple thousand hours now, I think. Yeah, we're done here. We're done here. Let's get over the Schumann. We got to keep moving forward. Wasting time. Boy. Alright. We can't zoom, but we can draw it into us. Pull it more into us. Because I want to get the hertz on the side here, too. Here's the hertz right here. Whoops. Alright, let me try to point the other way. Here's our hertz bands. Here's the 7.83 that keeps us alive. It keeps us protected, alright? The hum of the core and the shell inside of each other. The core rotating inside the shell. We had this screech event right here where the core and the shell grind on each other. It emanates from the surface of the Earth, goes up into the atmosphere and bounces off the ionosphere and comes back down. And the Schumann records echoes, and that's what these are echoes that are coming from the core and the shell grinding. You see the screeches we had. We came out here in good shape. We had this little screech event here. We came out of good shape. It got weak right here, okay? I guess you guys can see it. It picks up strength again, but we have a small screech, another small screech that goes through multiple frequencies, okay? This one right here. And you can see the bands. You see it leading up as it starts to grind and get closer. These start to hum right here at these levels, okay? I believe this is like the barrier right here where the crust is, okay? And that's the crust humming, okay? Everything down below this barrier here seems to be where the magma is, okay? These vibrations are ultra low frequencies, starting at 0 and going to 8, all the way up to 36 hertz, or 40 hertz, sorry, on this chart. This is 0 through 40 hertz, okay? Some of these go off the chart. There's another instrument where it shows even further, and I've seen some of these go off the chart 3 times down below, okay? And these are just small ones. These are okay because we're still popping out the back side of it. It's a little concerning right here. Right after this screech, there was a weak spot, but then the magnetic field picked up again, and a small screeching event underway as we speak right here in this zone. Okay, that's the end of the data. Let's refresh real quick, make sure. Yeah, there's one more line added. Here we had another screeching event. I can see the harmonics right here that led up to it. Okay, so they blotted out this event. I can tell by the screeching up above here, trailing after and leading up to it right here, that we had another one of these events in this black area, okay? And they blacked it out. And it's still blacked out. I don't want you to see what happened there, I guess. I know what happened there. It's obvious right before and right after, okay? Right here's another weak spot. There's a weak spot right there and right there, but thankfully we're still orbiting the sun. That's what's keeping our core rotating in reverse. It's rotating the natural direction it should have been this whole time, but it was rotating, super rotating forward than it should have been. And now that all these screeches have brought that to a halt, and we had a core lockup, not here, but back on January 11th, the core locked up, and then when it popped out of the lockup, the natural magnetics of our rotation around the sun actually want the core to spin in reverse. Okay, so now the core is spinning in reverse as we plug through these CMEs, and they keep screeching. But as long as we keep orbiting, it'll keep our core spinning in reverse, which is good because it's maintaining the electromagnetic field around the planet that protects us from the sun. But it's bad because it's causing turbulence in the magma down below. Okay, the magma is now, the closer to the core, the more turbulent that magma is changing direction now and getting used to the new reversed flow. As that magma starts to roil and broil, it crawls up further and further to the underside of the crust. All right, and that's why we see all this SO2 coming out and stuff, because magma is coming up like that. All right, the core and the shell, they swell when they grind, when they get heated, because they're metal. Metal heats and expands when it's heated. Well, the outer shell, the shell can't expand outward because of all the magma and all the pressure on top of it. The only choice it has to do is expand downward onto the core. So the core is expanding outward and the shell's expanding inward, and they screech on each other, and that's what causes the skyquakes and the hums and the trumpet blasts in the sky. What you are hearing are these echoes right here audibly in the atmosphere. Once it bounces off and echoes down, you don't hear it coming out of the ground because it's too low of a frequency. But when that low frequency bounces off and comes down, they crisscross when they come down, and all of a sudden they amplify each other when they cross, and we'll hear it audibly. Okay. Was that good, Jesus? Was that how we did it? Okay. So there's our Schumann for right now. We need to get over the earthquakes and start. Oh, that's not the earthquakes. I don't have earthquakes pulled up. Oh, I guess we're doing this one first. Yes, let's do this. Our polar vortex is right here. It's no longer the split effect, it appears. So this one has taken over kind of dominance, and there's our polar vortex uh, over Russia area, and it's just doing what it's doing. Here, if you look down, you can see all these dark spots with vortexes rotating around them. Here, we'll just start over here. There's a bunch of them. Boom, 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 boom. All right. It's all those objects. I told you they're coming here. And they're all gathering over the North Pole. Okay. Russia tries to do an exchange of nuclear weapons, or whoever tries to do that over the North Pole is going to have a surprise. Well, not anymore. They better think twice now. They really better start thinking twice. Because we're going to take a little peek down here under address at the raging eye of a hurricane type vortex on the southern pole that is just raging out of control. Okay. Let's pull it around here. This way, Lord. There we go. Now you see this band is reaching way up into South America now. Okay. The blue boundary is getting shoved up too. That's shoving the equatorial flow further north, and our blue barrier further north. Okay. And it's going to be quite the hurricane season probably this year, especially with all the hot water built up in the Gulf. So we're going to be doing a lot of praying. Lots of rain. And what? Oh. So that's how close it is to the tip of Africa. Okay. Um, it's now into Tasmania. Okay. Before it was south of Tasmania. It's expanding. It's going northward. Right. So it's going to envelop Tasmania, the southern part of New Zealand, eventually all of New Zealand. And it'll creep up into Australia. And it'll creep up all through this zone. It'll probably end up right here at our weak spot or our fulcrum point, maybe by the summer solstice. Okay, we turn from summer to fall. Well, who knows this year? This might even it appears to be happening way early. So I have no idea about dates anymore. All that you can scrub all that now. Our seasons are probably going to be a little different. Not necessarily opposites, but just our weather's going to be odd, to say the least. Maybe some of you guys made it over to Mike from Around the World at Paul Begley or something tonight. Hopefully he was on. I missed the show. I was in battle. I have to sacrifice sometimes to well, never mind. Let's just keep going. Alright, so you see our flow coming off the west coast is actually being yanked back down into our right over Hawaii too. See Hawaii right there, a little white dot in the center. Now, as I back out, because I got to back out to see the flow. See how the blue boundary is just above Hawaii, and it's taken. Sorry, I can smell it in the room. Alright, anyways, it's taken this flow from above the blue barrier and wrapping it down into the southern barrier, kind of slowing up our flow here on the west coast. Now this is the way up there, so it's let's see what effect it's having on our jet stream. This is our upper jet stream now. This is what guides our weather, and now you can see this rotating low right here is bringing stuff off of here, jamming it way down low, and then throwing it up to north of British Columbia. It looks like it's going to maybe put out those fires that are up there if we can get some moisture to. I know they had thunderstorms and stuff up there too. So, boy, this is looking so weird. Look at this vortex right here in the middle of the country. This is what was producing that storm today, okay? And as we back out, it looks like a small land hurricane type event. And now look how this looks like a wall. It pushes air over, squeezes it under this, and then it comes out and joins up with this flow that goes around. There's like a wall and a stump, and this flow is being squeezed through this small little area, or squeezed under this. It pops back up and out. Look. What the hell's going on right there? This trough that's digging down behind this is very concerning. And we're going to skip the sulfur report tonight. It's the same. It's probably even more intense. Let's just get this going. First off, let's focus. Great. All right. I'm just gonna. All right. First off, before we start this loop, here is our storm current conditions on the GFS model. We will go over to the radar here in a little bit after this, but that's our next frame to expect at 5 a.m., 7 a.m. in this area, they're going to wake up to, look at this eye in the center. That low reads 10:05. It's probably going to be a lot lower than that. Okay, you see the wraparound effect coming and bringing thunderstorms with snow right behind it, okay? Up here, this wraparound effect is wide. Even though it doesn't show much up here, it shows right in here, okay? In northern North Dakota, probably up into Canada tomorrow. I'm really concerned about this area right here. I know this is going to be bad. So all the storm chasers might be here tomorrow or here. They're probably up all night tonight looking at these models, planning their attack for tomorrow. Because they got to attack it or it'll attack them. Alright, so I got to go backwards. Here we go. So there's 7 a.m. May 12th. Okay. Our next frame right here is 2 p.m. May 12th. I'm sure we will start to see stuff blossoming here. And going into Colorado. We'll see stuff possibly blossoming back here and down here. Okay. By this time. Because we have inbound energy that this model is not adding to the mix. So right here, you note time and date up here in the corner. Okay. This is 7 p.m. May 12th. This is the end of convection, okay? Let me zoom on tomorrow. End of convection. This is important. Right there, okay? So look at that for a minute. You can see all of our little yellow pop-ups are going to be scattered, so there's no telling. But these are definite spots to watch, okay? It could be in this area too, all right? Just because there isn't a red spot here or anywhere in the screen zone doesn't mean that the potential's out there, okay? Let me tell you something that I witnessed today. Baseball-size hail with 90-mile-an-hour winds, okay? Imagine a million pitchers, baseball pitchers outside your house pitching 90-mile-an-hour fastballs at the side of your house. Because it was baseball-sized hail traveling at 90 miles an hour. Thank God there wasn't a tornado, but our hail is going to be deadly as well and catastrophic. You're already seeing the damage from it. So if this is a warning for tomorrow for large hail, high winds, possible tornado outbreaks in various regions, okay? All these different regions that you're looking at right there, all right? And that's tomorrow, 7 p.m., the end of convection, and they're not allowing, they're not adding in this model, inbound energy. I want to see what happened 3 days ago. So we're going backwards, forward and reverse, right? Whoops. Oh, we're too zoomed in. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Scroll, please. No. So 12 minus 3 is 9. We want to see what happened on the 9th. Oh, great. This is the energy to expect. Oh, this is the energy to inbound energy that takes 3 days to travel from the sun to the earth. Oh my God. Have mercy on him, please. Lord, have mercy on him. We need to pray like there's no tomorrow. That's right. Nemesis arrives tomorrow with all kinds of junk going along with it. I forgot. It was the 9th. Okay. Whoops. No, right here. With that energy coming in tomorrow, this will look a lot different, okay? Because they did not assess the energy that's going to amplify all this. Tomorrow is going to be quite the day. What? Oh, yes. Let me get this loop playing for you. I want time, date, the bar. I want everything just right. Do you guys see the face in this before I, this eye, and the mad mouth right here? There's a head right here with an eye, and a mad face. But it'll look a lot different tomorrow. I don't even want to see what that looks like. But what we're going to do is back up to the current conditions. Then we're going to start the loop, and I'm going to step aside and get sick to my stomach real quick, and I'll be right back. You guys take note of the date and times. This isn't set in stone. The further out we get, the more unpredictable it is, but I'll be right back. I'll be back. Oh, they're there. I'll be right there. I gotta do a fast break candy bar and be real quick and a cigarette. Because we got the gym still to go. If you don't have the patience, well, that's your... The town of Noble, Oklahoma got hit today, and they couldn't get in to evacuate the people. Well, there was a short, brief time to evacuate and get into the rubble before a second tornado came through. Now, town of Noble got hit once. The second tornado, our prayers diverted it. At one point, there were 2 tornadoes approaching Norman, Oklahoma, where the National Weather Service station is. The storm prediction model almost got wiped off the map today. What would happen if we didn't have that facility up and working? What happens if Norman, Oklahoma goes down? Right, and we don't have the National Weather Storm Prediction Center. It's decimated by tornadoes. I don't know what happened earlier today, but I know a couple of tornadoes went through that area. Now, hopefully it's still up and running, because that would be very bad. That would leave, like, Ryan Hall and Andy Hill and those guys, okay, as our source. And right now, they're a better source anyway. But, oh my God. Can't even. Alright, now let's just do it. Okay. So, we left off here. This is the end of convection, May 12th, today, okay? Now, as we go into the nighttime hours, you see this going on down here in Texas. Let me just pull this up a little bit and zoom in. Okay. intense thunderstorms popping up in Texas. This low up in here. This is it going into the nighttime now, okay? Now let's proceed. This is 7 a.m. in that area. 7 a.m. here, 5 a.m. Pacific. All these times up here are in Pacific, so if you want to translate them yourself, you can too as well. So this is 2 p.m. Down in Texas. This thing winding up, shoving stuff north. This is the end of convection, May 13th, okay? Pop-ups down here in Texas, all up in here, over here, up in this area too. This will be 2 p.m. Okay, let's see down in Texas here, the very southern tip coming off the Mexico border into Texas. Don't play the prima donna, just report it. Okay, now 2 p.m. at the end of convection, the 14th, right in that area. 2 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, end of convection, 7 p.m. May 15th. Down here again, watch out up here in Canada, this could blossom as well. You know why. As we continue, 7 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m., end of convection, kind of clearing up a little bit, May 16th. Then we go through the midnight hours, 7 a.m., the country kind of clears out a little bit, except for this low down here, possibly bringing stuff into Florida, maybe. As we go to that was 2 p.m. right there, convection. And the end of convection, we have thunderstorms right here, northern Florida, southern Georgia, off the coast, stuff down in here a little bit. Pop-ups up in here, all up and down this. There's a low right here with a 999 millibar. Okay, so that's the end of convection, May 17th. Then we go through the midnight hours. This is 7 a.m. May 18th. 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. May 18th, the end of convection. Now we have an event. Our low has moved up here to the Canadian border here. We have a low with a projected millibar of 997, and this is only so far out. We're not clear at the end, so this is, we're going to watch out, okay, and pray. All right, you guys are understanding why the prayers are so important. We actually saved a lot of lives this last couple storms. We really did. Whether you guys believe it or not, I know we did. And you know we did too. Okay, and that's why it's so important that we pray. You see this low, you see this big arm reaching down with picking up moisture. Look at this. It looks like almost like a gun or something. You know, this is all heavy snow. See the dark blue with thunderstorms. So thunder snow with this low just jamming right up in there. And that's over the midnight hours. Okay, we back up. That's the end of convection. Then into the midnight hours, it does this. Okay, so watch out down here in Nebraska, northern Texas, Oklahoma. Through the midnight hours, this huge squall line, for lack of a better term, almost a huge derecho. That's 7 a.m. 2 p.m., May 19th, okay, we're May 19th. That's the end of convection right there. This will change. This whole arm right here coming down and these branches maybe coming off could possibly do a lot of thunderstorms. Something else behind these big lows. All right, right here. You see how defined this line is on the backside? There's a lot of dry air back here, so possible fires. Okay, not just rain and thunderstorms. We might have fires on the backside of this. Okay. So as we go, you see this squall line moving through. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, building steam through the day. That's the end of convection, supposedly May 19th. This will change. This will all be possibly damaging weather. So please pray that this model stays like this and it doesn't blossom. Then we go into the midnight hours as this low jams up and out of the Canadian region up there. We'll look at this huge arm draping all the way back down to Texas, all right? This whole big squall line has advanced from mid-country across. Now do you see this just defined band right here? And that'll be 7 a.m. May 20th. That's the end of convection. It doesn't move offshore in time for the end of convection, and it's going to have this mean, nasty low right here at, what does it say, 1,080? No, 1,008, okay. But that's going to be nasty, all right, and there's going to be storms embedded all the way up and down this long-ass line. So let's go back a frame, okay, couple frames. You see, here's our low up here that created this whole monster. Then as we proceed through May 20th, that's 5 a.m. That's early morning, 7 a.m. That 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. East Coast. So they're going to have that big, huge squall line sitting there. That's 2 p.m. If it doesn't move offshore quick enough, we're going to have the end of convection happening right here. This is Tennessee, Virginia, oh my goodness, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, this whole target area right there, okay? And you know why it's going to be bigger than this, what it says? Because we got this inbound energy. Then, whoops. No, I want to back up. No, that's fine. Okay. Now, May 20th. That's the end of convection. And then in the midnight hours, it's still there on the coast. Then, this is 7 a.m. It's right off the coast right here, and it could wrap back around. Whoops. Okay, it didn't. So there's 7 a.m. That'll be 8 a.m. East Coast time. There's 2 p.m. 5 p.m. That's the, or 8 p.m. The end of convection out here. This low is going to be centered right out and still rotating stuff off the Atlantic back in. So that'll change. There, you can see it hitting Maine right there with the yellow. That is, here, let's go back. This is the end of convection right here. Then it supposedly blossoms into the midnight hours. That's 8 a.m. East Coast time. Still up here in Maine, okay? That's the end of convection, May 22nd. This low up here, we'll have to watch this closely. Here we go with that one now. This will be 2 p.m., May 22nd. There's, that's 2 a.m., May 22nd. This low at 999 right here drives down, and there we are, 2 p.m. East Coast time, and that's the end of convection, 7 to 8 in this area, okay? And we have this low with this tail again, okay? Keep praying, you guys, that this just stays like it is and doesn't get worse, but we know it will. And then here, this is the end of convection, May 24th, up here in Canada, up here in Montana, rain. This could change, okay? Now we go into the midnight hours into the 25th. Look how this thing turns into this big arrow pointed shape with this strong low behind it. That's 7 a.m. That's 2 p.m. May 25th. Heading into New York. Heading into West Virginia. That's the end of convection right there, May 25th. Right over New York. And back in here. Okay, so watch this whole tail right here, okay? Watch out for it. And see what happens as it go into the night. Oh, my ear just rang so hard. Yeah, something bad's going to happen there. We're getting into 7, 8 a.m. the 26th. That's the end of convection, the 26th. Right outside of West Virginia. This is all, the further out we are on this blue line, this is less reliable. Okay, so that's the last closing frames. Okay, now I'm going to put the loop into motion, and I just want you to watch this barrage of that low, what it does, how it breaks apart, but all that moisture still sticks around. Other lows form. It comes in from the north this time and drops, swoops down. See that one come down and swoop and go out? I'm going to let that loop play one more time here for a second. And then we'll get to the gem and we'll be done. I got to get 5 minutes of sleep or something. Taking breaks only makes it long, right? Thank you for all the wonderful miracles you showed us tonight, Lord. So grateful. And just give me strength for the gem, and we'll get this done. Okay. Oh, we got the earthquakes. Dang it. Hang in there. We still got the earthquake report to do, you guys. Alright, let's continue. Alright. Let's pull up the earthquakes. My computer was not working all day today, and I'm so thankful that it's working now for this report. Oh my God, that's right by me. Let's clean this map up. Get rid of this. I can't look at that right now. Let's come over here. Get started. Okay. Let's check out this quake. There's our deep one. 4.3 at a depth of 499. 500 basically. 499.7 is 500. Okay. There's our deep quake. 4.3 translates at the surface to 5, mid 5 range. Okay. So there's that. Okay. That energy entering the system. Let's get a timestamp on that, please. What? Are you kidding me? The timestamp is 000010. That 10 seconds into UTC time. May 12th. So basically at 0:100 we had our deep quake. Oops, we got something up here now. We have a 5.4. There's our 5 mid-range, 5 energy already being distributed here an hour and 2 minutes later. That was before. That's a 4.6, depth of 10, 4.9, depth of 34, 4.4. This is all that previous energy going through the area still. 4.8, and what's behind it? Oh, I just had that. All right, fine. There it is, 5.9 off the coast of China here, north of Japan here. Or no, south of Japan, sorry. In the South China Sea here, we had a 5.9 at a depth of 24.6. Interesting. This one, though, is the latest. This is an hour and 2 minutes later. That's the 5.4 or mid-5 energy creeping into the system already. It might trigger something in here. Well, it looks like it skipped all this already. But we still might see something in here, mid-5 range. It'll travel up this way, probably dump off one right in this area, or up here, mid-5. It'll come up. See, this is all 4-point energy that was left over from the last one. Okay, it hit all the fulcrum points. See, let me show you. Fulcrum point. Okay, just like I said, it was going to hit here and here. There's 2 quakes there, actually. 4.9 at a depth of 10 and 4.3 at a depth of 15. So there were 2 quakes there at that fulcrum point. Okay, because see how it's pinched off. It's hard for it to get around that corner, but it did, and it dumped off another 4.0, depth of 125. That's a quarter of the way down. So 4.2, mid-4 at the surface, really. Okay, at our fulcrum point. Went down here, dumped off 4.4, depth of 10. Nothing in this zone, but don't be surprised to see mid-4 somewhere as this new energy kind of pushes this stuff out of the way. Okay, so either in here or, oh, I was going to say Greece, but here we have one in this area now, a 4.1. There's your mid-4 range, 4 to mid-4 range energy. Okay, kind of guess this area is locked up or something, and it bypassed. It came down this way and up. See that? It bypassed all this, and it went south. It came down through this. It crept. There should maybe be at this fulcrum point, another quake here soon. Mid-4. Or else it skipped it. Looks like it skipped it and just produced a quake here. Some of this energy that's still backed up in this zone here, apparently from here now going up here through this fault. Don't be surprised to see mid-4 somewhere along here. Okay, maybe up at this fulcrum point. It's pinched off right here. This is like a garden hose effect again. See? And when it can't make it around that, it'll dump quakes off here in Turkey. Okay. So watch out for that region, or this region here, I mean. Underneath the Black Sea, that's Turkey. Okay. Watch out as it goes creeping up here. Italy might get a mid-range 4 quake or puff out of one of their volcanoes in that area. Okay. I'll close that. Doesn't appear to have made, well, maybe it did make the mid-Atlantic ridge. Yep, 4.6, depth of 10. So it made it over to the mid-Atlantic and dumped off the energy right there. That's good. Oh my God. Now I got to come over here and see what's happening to us. Oh, we just had another quake. I can't believe I'm not feeling these. Or maybe that's what I'm feeling. So, all right, we got to zoom in now. Sorry. Right here. And pick up where we left off. So this is the new energy already being dumped off. This is the old energy that got dumped off earlier today, the 4.1, a 5.2 right here at the North Island of Japan on Honshu. So 5 energy came up here, dumped off a 4.7 and a 5.0 at our pinch-off point. Notice the garden hose effect. It didn't transfer down the system. Not much of it did. It dumped off a few mouse farts. But then it sure came over here, didn't it? And not on the Juan de Fuca. It set off a quake in, what's this geologic feature right here? Something. Here's Mount Rainier right there, okay? Seattle area had a 2.6. Hoodsport, Washington at a depth of 44. See that, you guys? It skipped the Juan de Fuca and struck on land. It skipped the Juan de Fuca and now is striking here right north of me at Lake Almanor. 5.5 just hit there not too long ago at a depth of 5. That's right at the surface. I need to go in deeper. We have a quake swarm going on here. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look how many quakes there are here, you guys. They're hiding this shit. Okay, that's what I learned. Alright, so our latest is the 2.7. Okay, let's just start going through it. 2.8. This is the quake swarm. 2.9. All mid to high 2s. 2.6. All low depth. All under this lake. Something's coming up underneath this lake, you guys. That's a negative. That's negative. Oops. 5. That's really shallow. 5.2. Really shallow. 5.6 really shallow. This is a negative 1.3. 2.9 negative 1.4. 2.7 7.4 depth. 3.0 negative 1.4. 2.6 at a negative 0.3. 3.8 at a 4.8 depth. All these are hella shallow. Oh my god. This is a 2.6 at a depth of 6.6. Now for the biggest one in here. Save that one for last. That's a 5.5 at a depth of 5.8. Don't tell anybody about this. You see this lake? You see this geologic feature right here? That's like two calderas right next to each other. That water has filled in a long time ago. And now, let's get right about here. You can almost see this partial rim effect of mountains going around in a semicircle shape. There's a break right here with a valley. Okay, and let's get a reference. Here's Tahoe. Okay, this is north of Tahoe, just west of Pyramid Lake. Okay, going on in the mountains up here in this lake. I want this lake's name. Look at all these people that live right here. See this whole neighborhood? This whole peninsula is all a neighborhood with boats and stuff right here in the water. Oh my goodness. Lord, what is the name of this lake, please? Oh, I know. Thank you. No. No. Oh, here. Oh. Lake Almanor. Okay? Lake Almanor next to what, Chester here, and then this whole peninsula of in Lake Almanor that's Bradley Creek Golf Course. This whole area now is under alert, and you see why. Okay, there we go. Lake Almanor. See it, you guys? Now I'm going to go back to... No. The satellite view. There we go. Close this out, please. Alright, sorry, we gotta do this, folks, but look how densely populated this peninsula is. Nice houses, probably. Nice beaches all along here. All these boats, docks. See these boat ramps and boats driving around in the water. So probably really nice area. Expensive houses out here on this peninsula. Probably really exclusive area with a huge quake swarm right off of their peninsula and right along the side of it right here. I'll be warning these people in this area. Then also, let's go over to this side. Okay, that's not too... I'm sure there's houses along this beach area. I see docks and boats and stuff. Look. Okay, so there's neighborhoods and a main road here. All these guys should be on alert. Okay. Let's pull back out a little bit. Now let's go up to here. There's a big old golf course here, probably with houses and stuff around it. Yeah. Yeah, all through the golf course. You have this peninsula here with all these boat docks and this bay. Now as we pull back out, you see where earthquakes are, just right across from here, right across. There's people here, neighborhood here. There's an airport and all kinds of neighborhood and activity here. Okay, something we need to point out is, I hate to have to say this. Do I really have to say this, Mark? There's more neighborhood here. This is a quake swarm that's going on underwater. If we have a bigger quake in this zone, you could see a small to medium-sized inland tsunami that would decimate all this, everything, every shoreline in this whole thing. Okay, you could have a small event that just, if there's a underwater volcanic event, that could be bad news. Okay, let's all pray for this area and pray for this quake swarm to die down. This is very close to me. Okay, I'm not really too tickled about this, but I have to deal with what I have to deal with. Okay. All right, we have just little mouse farts down here off Texas, 2.8, 6.5 depth, and 2.7 in Oklahoma. Okay, so watch out this area right here, and also watch out for more little quakes in this area. Let's just make sure that's the only quake here. And I want to see topographic features. These mountains right here. There's a weak zone at the base of these mountains right here where the water is. Okay, so this little mountain that's just off of this lake right here is experiencing something. Is this volcanic? It sure is. The clouds are in the way, but that's our nearby volcanic feature. This might go volcanic, who knows, but we have activity here just south of these volcanic features that are just outside of Seattle. Okay, here's Mount Rainier. It's very close to Mount Rainier. Let's pray we don't see any quake area here. Okay. Are we done yet, Lord? What else? We didn't cover this yet. We seem to be having a quake swarm kind of going on over here as well in this region. That's a 3.4 depth of 12, 3.5, 3.4, 3.8. So mid 3 range to 4 range, 3.7. 3.0, and then down here, this is a 4.9 in Venezuela. Okay, this energy came out and went wrapped around this focal point here. Okay, it didn't fire off here, it fired off here and on the other side. Can you see that? Okay, we have right here in South America 4.5 at Ecuador. right by the equator, okay? And now in the Cocos Plate, we have this 4.2 at a depth of 10. We have these seamounts right here. Okay, we have an island right here. Let me take a peek at this island. Come on. Oh, there it was going. Yeah, it's volcanic. Now, as we pull back out, you see the blue ring around it, right? That's the underwater, right? That's the slopes going down, spreading out in all different directions, in every direction, going down under the water to the base of this mountain. This is a mountain so tall that it comes off the floor of the ocean and sticks up above the water. It's an old volcano. And we got this quake down here. We have a seamount under here, and we have this right around there. So there's volcanic features nearby. And this is probably a weak spot right around there that produced this 4.2 at the crust, okay, at the surface. That is the inbound energy coming across from over here from the east, all right? So we watch this area very carefully, okay, and it's producing a little bit, nothing too bad. Maybe it's relieving pressure. Now here we are at this focal point. Let's go through these. There's a 4.3 at a depth of 163, okay? We got a 4.0 at a depth of 85. We got a 4.2 at a depth of 118. This is all mountainous region, so these quakes are a little deeper here. This is also a zone for deep quakes. And the 4.1 at a depth of 35. So we have this 4 energy right here. All of these, add them all up. That's a bunch of energy that just got distributed at our focal point, right? See it? Oh, and what do we have here? Another focal point and a 4.6. That's your mid-4 energy hitting at all the focal points. Just like I'm trying to describe to you guys. The map is basically laying out everything I've described to you before. So this is what's happened lately. This energy bypassed the Juan de Fuca and is striking more inland, and we have this quake swarm, this our secret, going on up here at Lake Almanor. Okay? Don't tell the mainstream media because they're not going to report on it anyway. But I will. Hopefully Dutch gets hint of this and brings even more detail out of it for us. Okay? Alright, now to tonight's gem. Because I don't think I can bear much more of this. I have to get some rest. Yeah, duh. Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. So, Miss Julie here has been very alert and doing quite a good job at channeling what I'm trying to tell her. Where is it? Oh, okay, we're set up here already. So let me get the audio going. I need to close out something else that's playing audio. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Okay, so we're good here. Volume's good. Let's unmute it. And we got this ready. Put the microphone over by the speaker, and we're going to close out this. This is going to be my reading for tonight, okay? She's going to read it for you. Come on, audio. Just bear with me for a second. My rinky-dink setup. Still good enough to work. All right, you guys, rejoice and enjoy this.
Deliverance. Our enemy never prospers against us. He never wins. He never gets what he wants, even though it might look like it. I want to read another scripture for you. This is found in Isaiah
You're okay.
40 in verse 29. Again, it's really important to hear prophetic words, yes, but it's also important to hear the written word of God.
Quality sleep means that we are 100% there. We love playing with our kids.
Now, Isaiah verse 40 and verse 29. He gives power to the faint and weary,
You.
and to him who has no might, he increases strength, causing it to multiply and making it to abound. Verse 31. But those who wait on the Lord, who expect for, hope in him, shall change and renew their strength and power. They shall lift their wings and mount up close to God. As eagles mount up to the sun, they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint or become tired. One of the things that our enemy wants us to do, he wants us to faint. He wants us to become tired. He wants us to become overwhelmed. And God's saying, no. In that time, I'm going to strengthen you. I'm going to have you mount up like wings like eagles. And what? Soar above. Soar above all the muck and the mire. Soar above all the tests and the trials. Remember, it says in Ephesians, or chapter 1, we are far above. You are not on the same level as your enemy. You are far above him. Why? Because of what Jesus has done. It's not by our might. It's not by our strength. It's not by anything we can do on our own. No. Don't fight a natural fight. Or don't fight a spiritual fight naturally. That's what I wanted to say. Julie, what does that mean? All the things we're seeing in this world today, and you're fighting it in your own strength and your own wisdom, your own understanding, you're fighting a spiritual battle with natural means. And you won't win. That's why it says in Philippians 4 and 13, we can do what? All things through who? Through Christ. Don't do things on your own, by your own strength, by your own ability. Do things through him, through God. He's the one who's given us that power. That is the power of that name. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Don't let Satan steal your joy. And then he can't keep your goods. That
Okay. Wait, one last
is
little
one
bit.
of the most powerful teaching I learned in the midst of a great darkness in my own life.
Okay. That was our closing message. Hopefully you guys got something out of tonight's show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm sorry, but I have to go. And I'll be back. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And stay strong out there, okay? Keep praying. We got a lot to pray about, okay? And pray for each other and each other's endurance, okay? I love you all. Miss you all. God bless you all. Till my next video, I'll be back. I am back.